We've got one more fight before we take a short break. So making their way to the ring in the red corner. Put your hands together for Luca Mossa.
Okay, and again, over here, please. 1, 2, 3.
Here comes the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Big up the crew in the area. Still love it like that. No, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Anyone press will hear the fat lady sing. Act like you know, Rico. I know what Bo don't know. Touch them up and go. Oh, cha-cha-ching-ching. Here comes the hot stepper.
And his opponent in this contest making their way to the ring in the blue corner. Please put your hands together for Jake Scott. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 67 kilogram amateur K1 bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and sponsored by Northumbria Flooring and Furniture. Introducing first your fighter in the red corner. Representing Coiling South Shields, please put your hands together for Luca Mossa. And his opponent facing across the ring. In the blue corner from Millennium Martial Arts, let's hear it for Jake Scott. Again, this is an amateur K1 bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds.
Here we go, Scott in the blue corner, Mossa in the red. Series of back leg front kicks from Mossa get answered with some strong hands from Scott. Scott really aggressive coming forward.
Jake Scott is fantastic. Oh, he just gets clipped there. Jake Scott out of Millennium Martial Arts. So we know what to expect, Peter. Fast action, good cardio. But Luca doing a fantastic job off the ropes there, just landing his shots, being composed.
Mossa's operating good off the back foot. He's doing a good job of firing just before he runs out of space.
It's a great shot there by Jake, just landing that right hook. Follows up with the knee there to the body.
When he runs out of space, Scott's firing really hard, really decisive punches. But so far, Mossa's doing a pretty good job of just intercepting him.
Yes, absolutely.
He's having to spend a lot of energy bouncing around the outside of the ring. He's covering a lot of distance compared to Scott.
Luca, the younger of the pair, 17 years of age. Got into the sport by watching UFC when he was younger. His favourite fighter, Peter, was Israel Adesanya.
We can tell he's being inspired there by the footwork.
Jake just doing a good job. Look at him there. The determination, the grit on his face. Looking just to walk his man down.
Good job by the referee there. Yeah, real contrast to styles there. Mossa, a little bit more karate style, more mobile, skirting around the outside of the ring. Scott with a classic Dutch style, walking this man down, throwing hard, fast hands in combination.
The Dutch city of Blythe, Hove Haven.
Seconds out, round number 2.
Here we go for round number 2 between Jake Scott and Luca Mossa. Here on our last fight on the undercard here at the home show at the Walker Activity Dome. Jake Scott coming out fast again, looking to land his shots, lands a right over the top there as Luca looks to throw. And there's a left hook there. He's got some power, isn't he, Jake?
He certainly does.
But he needs to be careful.
He's doing a good job this round here. He's not just trying to walk in on him. Look, he's stalking him a little more now. Just keeping that good foot pressure on and choosing the right moment to go.
This is good stuff. Good work from both men here. What I just want to see from maybe Jake is just a bit more, maybe some feints. Every time he throws. There's not much. Good leg kick there to end the combination for Jake. It's great combinations there.
Tony there in the corner,
yeah,
urging that second phase, and his man delivered.
Ooh. Both men landing shots. Great action between these two.
Some good counter-punching from Mossa, but he just hasn't got the weight behind him yet.
Yes. Still
in order to dissuade Scott. That's what this might come down to, just the man strength of the older Scott. Big right hand there from Scott. Mossa took it well, he's staying on his bike.
Oh, just get clipped there with a left hook, but Jake comes back and look like he's wanting this firefight a little bit there. And look at that, beautiful shots there. Jake going to the body, and they're going up high with the head.
Well, Jake's just not showing any respect for the punching power of Luca Mossa.
Left body kick getting called there by Tony. Doesn't get thrown. The end of round 2. Jake seems to maybe doing just the more work, the output.
He just looks fearless. He's being so aggressive. Mossa's doing the right things. He's choosing shots well, but he's just not being able to dissuade Scott from coming forwards.
Seconds out for the third and final round.
Third and final round between these two, Jake Scott and Luca Mossa. Here at the Walker Activity Dome. Jake looking to put the pressure on. Up against the ropes again. That's what he does. Look to bite down on that gum shield. Look to pressure his man up against the ropes. A teep down the middle. Just get a clip there. Like to see Jake maybe move his head off the centre line a little bit.
He is getting the better of these exchanges though when he goes first and third.
Oh, that's good action here. Tony calling to Jake Scott to finish on the clip, but that was a good left hook there inside the close quarters of action. Luca sort of lands that left hook. Again, Tony calls to that body kick.
And Mossa's a really good mover here, but he's just not been able to hold his feet long enough to do anything meaningful. He's being forced to move so much by Scott's pressure that it's denying him the opportunity to throw now like he was being able to in the first.
Absolutely. There we go. Jake just getting clipped again, but like I mentioned earlier, I think early in the round, Jake just not moving his head in the centre line, just sort of staying there, sticking there, and that's where Luca is using the work and sort of clipping him.
But he's just happy to trade one for one because he's landing the harder punch.
10 seconds. Oh, it's great action. Jake Scott putting on the pressure here. What a fantastic end to the round and end to the fight.
Tremendous. Well, I think Scott took that quite decisively, but I'm really impressed with Mossa.
Yes,
I cannot wait to see where this young man's career goes. He's a tremendous mover. I think it was just maybe the age and strength of Scott that didn't allow him.
What I liked about Scott in this one, Jake, just didn't let him rest. Just putting on the pressure, putting on his combinations, and he was just walking forward, walking his man down, stalking him, should we say maybe, Peter. We're going over to our referee.
Once Mossa grows into his power, he's going to be a really formidable fighter.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both our fighters. After 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges to declare your winner. In the blue corner, Jake Scott. And let's hear it far up, Luca Mossa. All right, folks, we're not actually taking a short break yet. We're finishing off the preliminary fights, and we'll take the break before the main events, the main card.
Watch, stream, live. Notorious TV.